foreign worker sign?
Right at the heart. He came and did a benefit for the Central Alliance.
This is Crystal Zevon, and I live at Freedom Plaza. And after the concert, I want to, before Jackson starts to play, introduce Kevin Zeese. And the way I came to Freedom Plaza was I was sitting in my living room for years, signing internet petitions, saying we've got to do something, going to meetings, saying we've got to do something. I kept going out and canvassing for candidates, saying it's going to get better if we just elect this person, and something did change. It got worse. It kept getting worse, and I just said, I can't take it anymore. One night I turned on the TV, and it was Keith Olbermann on Countdown, and he was saying, everybody's got to get out there, everybody's going to go, and he was doing a rant. You've got to get out in the streets, we've got to boycott things, the next day I heard that he said he didn't really even know what he was talking about. And I said, yeah, I'm going to go where he's saying to go. But about a couple days later, on my computer, I saw an article written by Kevin Zeese saying something was going to be happening at Freedom Plaza, that we were going to occupy, and that we were going to take back our country, take back our government. And it was the first real thing I'd heard in a long time. It makes me, I choke up when I think about it, because I signed up. I checked a little box that said I would volunteer, and a few days later I got a phone call from Margaret Flowers, Kevin's partner, who are the people who started the Freedom Plaza in April, before Wall Street started. They were organizing for this. And so that's how I got to Freedom Plaza. And I've been involved since April, and it's the most amazing experience I've ever had. And I'm going to introduce you to Kevin, and then my dear friend Jackson will play.
Thank you all for coming, and thank you all for coming, and thank you to those watching on live stream, and thanks to the media for showing up too. I guess Jackson Browne can draw a crowd. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. We are very proud of the community we're creating here. This is really about community. I think if people spend some time here, they'll see that we're very serious about building a participatory, democratic community where we listen to each other and try to come to conclusions that we can all agree to. I think we're trying to create a model for the future for this country. And we all got involved in this because back in April we were frustrated by the people's voices not being heard, and we decided that we watched what was going on in Cairo, we saw Madison in Wisconsin, we heard the beginnings of stirrings in Spain, and we realized that when you occupy public space, you also occupy part of the political dialogue. And in 2 months of occupying, I think we've already started to affect the debate. I saw an article the other day, Frank Lutz, the Republican pollster, saying that they can't use the terms they used to use about capitalism and about bonuses. You can't use the word bonus anymore. The public's onto us. We got to find another way to say it. Performance reward, exactly. And so they're already affected. We're affecting the way they try to communicate. But they're not going to fool us. What you're seeing with the Occupy movement is the people are much more aware than the politicians believed. And that's what this battle's about. It's a battle of the people versus the elites. The economic and political elites who have run this country off the cliff economically, get us trapped in war quagmires around the world. They have led this country poorly, and the people can rule it better. And that's what we're here for, the people ruling this country. We picked Freedom Plaza for a lot of reasons. We love the name, Freedom Plaza, and we also love the location. You look at the Capitol, the Treasury, and the White House, Pennsylvania Avenue, City Hall. It's just a great location. It's an important space for us to keep, especially as occupies around the country are being closed. We are welcoming people from around the country. We have occupiers from lots of different places that have been closed down, and they're joining us here. We really appreciate their coming. This place is growing at a steady pace. We see new people coming all the time. And you can see our principles on our whiteboard there where we have our General Assembly. You can see what we stand for. We stand for nonviolence. We stand for nonviolence, and that means not just destruction of of people violence, but destruction of property. It means even name calling. We don't call the police names. because we know the police are part of the 99%. They suffer from the same fragile economy, the same economic insecurity. Their families suffer as well, and we are seeking to create a world that's better for them and their families. We put out, we're very proud of, the 3rd edition here of the Occupied Washington Post. You can pick up a copy at the information table. You can also, by the way, donate there. It costs about $7,000 a month to keep this place fed and clothed and taken care of. So we constantly need to raise money. And pick up a free copy of this. There's 2 editions there. There's a few left of the last one, not very many, so get them. They're historic. And you should know we're at the beginning of a movement. This is just 2 months old. We are planning a major encampment in Washington, D.C. beginning March 30th of next year. We're inviting occupiers from across the country to join us. And so we're spreading that word. If you're traveling the Occupy route, now you can go from Occupy to Occupy. Let other occupiers know about March 30th, the American Spring. When we get through this tough winter, the spring is going to be really something out here. You can see we also have a lot of artwork. Our signs, a lot of them are produced here. You also see we have this art here. This was done by H.W. Edwards, who was an artist in residence when we began Freedom Plaza. You can see it's the same view looking out to the Capitol. We had a gigantic We the People constitutional sign hanging. We the people in order to form a more perfect union. That's what we're doing. We see this as the utmost patriotic act to take our country and make it a real participatory democracy and take it away from this corporate-dominated, money-ruled country. So with that, I just want to welcome you all here and thank you for coming and look forward to hearing Jackson. But please get involved. Watch our website, Occupy Washington, D.C., so you can see what's going on. There's always events happening here, teach-ins as well as actions, and so you can get involved in lots of different ways. So please do that. Check Occupy Washington, D.C., donate, pick up the paper, and come down tomorrow, by the way, when we have this fantastic Christmas, this peace tree lit up. There'll be 700 lights on it. So come down tomorrow for the lighting of the peace tree. We'll be doing it at the same time that Congress lights their tree. So thank you all very much for coming.
And my daughter conceived that tree. I just want you to know that. Ariel Zevon.
My goddaughter.
Jackson's goddaughter. And I want to introduce you to my best friend in life. We go back 40-some years, I hate to tell you. And he's a tireless activist for so many causes and has done so much for so many, both in the large picture and in the small picture. I mean, my family wouldn't have survived a couple times. Anyway, we love Jackson and we're so thankful that you came today.
Thank you, Crystal. Thank you. Is this one as loud as hers? Is this one this is a little more? A little louder, right? It's the same. Don't play too good, you'll make me forget the words. In a weapons producing nation under Jesus, in the fabled crucible of the free world. Margaret's going to speak.
Actually, I'm going to bring up Kat, who's one of our young occupiers, and she's going to tell you what the Occupy movement stands for. Are you following with me now? 5 words. Count it on one hand. The Occupy as a whole is a non-violent, transformative, informative social movement. Thank you. Yeah. And we're independent of political party. So let's hear it for Jackson Browne. Thank you so much for coming out today.
people. And we have to keep them fed. So I want to thank the woman that just handed me all the money that she had in her purse, $19, for us to purchase food. We have a donation box down at the information tent. If you would like to make a donation, we welcome that. We also want to invite you tomorrow at 4 o'clock for our tree lighting. If the media tells you that we don't know what we stand for, we know what we stand for. And actually, Kevin was saying earlier that the people can rule better. We had our own super committee hearing and wrote our own super committee deficit proposal that would raise $1.2 trillion in 2 years, not 10, and it would provide good jobs, strengthen Social Security, health care for everybody, forgive student loan debt, and revalue mortgages. So we can do it, all right? So go to our website, occupywashingtondc.org, and you can read the proposal right there. So thank you very much again, and thank you, Jackson, for all the support that you're giving us here in Occupy. It means so much.